To a new video of Leetcode problems. In this video we are gonna solve this question Sqrt and let's see two different approaches to solve this problem. Okay, what's the problem? The first, we are given a non-negative integer that we called it x, and we have to return the square root of x, and finally it should round it down to the nearest integer. If it's not an integer, we should round it down to the nearest integer. And let's see some examples. For example, if we have 4, we should return 2, because the square root of 4 is 2. And if we are given 8, we have to return 2, because the square root of 8 is this number, and when we round it down to the nearest integer, it becomes 2. So what's the solution? If we wanted to look at in terms of mathematics, there are many solutions for this question. If you look at this page, method of computing square roots in Wikipedia, there are many solutions. For example, binary estimate, that I will tell you what is it. And also there are two algorithms, for example, Heron's method and Babylonian method. I will tell you about this algorithm, and we will write its code, but you can test the other. So what's the Heron's method? The basic idea of the Heron's method is to improve an initial guess. And if you look at this section, there is a formula, and there is a formula, and we will improve our initial guess by taking the average of the guess and the original number divided by the guess. It's the original number and it's the guess. Okay, and finally we return the average. By repeating this process, the approximation becomes more accurate with each iteration. And we will go through this algorithm step by step. It's not really difficult, but we can test it. Let's first we define a guess, and you can initialize it with the exact number, and we go through of recalculation guess in every step until the we continue this loop as long as the product of obtained guess with itself is greater than the exact number, the original number. Okay, and when the product becomes smaller than the original number, we can conclude that we have obtained the result. So we have to recalculate the guess, and for calculation an integer number we can use from this function, and in every step we can go to the guess plus original number divided by guess. So we can guess plus original number divided by guess, and finally divided by 2, and at the end we return guess. So let see result. Yeah, it passed, and we can see that finally we can earn guess. And if we submit it, yeah, it's succeed. It's the first solution based on mathematic logics and based on an existing algorithm. You can also use from binary search logic, and in this also method you can get the square root of x. But how? For if you remember the let me show you. For example, if we have 4, okay, we can make a set of numbers from 0 until the original number. In this case it's the 4, and we divide the array and we get the center of the array, and we check if the number of in the center, for example in this case it's 2, is if the product of 2 multiplied 2 is equal the original number, for example x. So it finished and we return 2. But if the product of the middle number, actually I named it middle number, is bigger than x, then we have to continue this approach continue this approach with the right side of array. We ignore the left side and we continue the right side of the array. And if the product of the middle number into itself is less than x, then we continue to the left side with the left side of the array and we ignore the right side, and we continue on this approach until we can get the result. Okay, so first we define a minimum variable and set it with x, and the max set it to minimum is 0 and max set it to x. Okay, and the mid is mean plus max divide 2, or we can use from int val mean and max and 2. Okay, but we have to use a loop in this part. Okay, until mean is less than max. We have continue on this approach until the mean is less than max. So if $mean multiply mean is equal x, then return me. If $mean excuse me, mid multiply mid is less than x, else, okay, if it's less than x, it we say that mean for example, if in let me go to an example. If we have 8, we have 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, at the first we get this, and multiply 4, and 4 is bigger than 8, so we have to go through the next to the left side of the array. So we keep the mean and we update max is mid minus 1, and mean, and the other if the mid the multiply of mid and the mid is bigger than x, so we have to update mid. Okay, sorry, is bigger than x, so we should update max, we should work with left side, and finally we have to return mean okay, we have to test this. Yeah, oh sorry, int val, so it's a wrong answer. Why? Let go to this example 4 2 3 and 4. At the first step, the mid is 2. 2 multiply 2 is 4. Sorry, we have to return mid. Yeah. So for 8 is the output is 3, and we have to return the mean minus 1. And yeah, it passed. So if we go through the binary methods, binary search methods and logic, we can also solve this problem. So you can choose one of these two approaches, and or you can use other approach that you will see on the mathematics logics. Thank you to watching this video, and see you on the next episode.